Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by Medjay, Secrets Beneath the Sand. This is a larger-than-life Monster Hunter tabletop role-playing game, where you get to explore the ancient mysteries of Egypt and confront the terrifying horrors from within and from without. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by Gates of Krystalia, the card-driven isekai style tabletop role-playing game. It is available in 6 languages, and they have recently released the Last Deux advanced rulebook. This expansion contains many details concerning the game world, character development, isekai tropes such as the school trip, the beach trip, romance rules. You also have solo rules to play this as a solo or co-op experience without a game master. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Dead Tree Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released The Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay-what-you-want tabletop RPG where you play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products. This video features one of their games, in fact. And check out the recent release of Final Frontier. This is a streamlined sci-fi tabletop RPG where you get to explore space for justice, for profit, for both. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Today, I am continuing my review series featuring Twilight of Empires. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review series featuring this tabletop RPG of the golden era of Spain in the 17th century, at least according to the mainstream, please check out the playlist in the description. This time, we are going to try to cover everything concerning the culture and its transformation. Perhaps the most striking paradox of Habsburg Spain was that its greatest cultural flowering occurred during its political and economic decline. It's obvious that the Catholic Church wielded enormous influence in Habsburg Spain. The Spanish Inquisition played a crucial role in shaping Spanish society, oftentimes through blood. Spain's vast maritime empire presented both opportunities and challenges. Oh, and just in case YouTube gets sensitive about this, the science fiction YouTube, the convoy system, or flota, developed to protect treasure ships, proved remarkably effective. However, maintaining this global empire required enormous resources. The Dutch revolt proved particularly costly to Spanish maritime power. The Dutch, once Spain's own subjects, became its most effective maritime enemies, attacking Spanish and Portuguese possessions worldwide and establishing their own colonial empire at Spain's expense. The Habsburg era fundamentally shaped modern Spain, leaving legacies both positive and negative that would influence the nation for centuries to come. Perhaps the Habsburgs' most positive legacy was cultural. The Spanish Golden Age produced artistic and literary achievements that still resonate today, such as, for example, the novel Don Quixote, or rather the novel featuring Don Quixote, Don Quixote de la Mancha. The Habsburg management of Spain's American Empire established patterns that would persist until independence. The Council of the Indies developed refined administrative systems, while the Casa de Contratación regulated colonial trade. The Habsburg period transformed Spanish military organization and doctrine. However, Spain's military commitments ultimately exceeded its resources. You may have details on the encomienda system, which is formed from the backbone, or rather, it composed the backbone of Spain's American Empire. Although by the 17th century it was evolving from its original form and being replaced by other forms of labor exploitation, like repartimiento and later haciendas, which were more about land control than personal tribute. The Habsburg era left Spain with several problematic economic legacies as well. The mestas privileges granted by medieval monarchs and zealously protected through the 17th century gave them rights to drive their merino ship across the country, often at the expense of agricultural development. The mestas privileges contributed significantly to Spain's agricultural problems, as their routes could destroy crops with impunity and their political influence prevented agricultural reform. Yet they also provided substantial revenue to the crown through their fees and taxes. I guess that's why they were tolerated for a long time. The expulsion of productive minorities. The science fiction YouTube Jews earlier and Moriscos under the Habsburgs deprived Spain of vital commercial and agricultural expertise, according to this situation. The concentration of land ownership in noble and church hands, combined with the social disdain for commercial activity among the Hidalgo class, created obstacles to economic modernization that would persist long after the Habsburgs' departure. When Charles II died in 1700, he left a nation that, while still vast, was fundamentally weakened. And this concludes this part of the review series. In the next part, we're going to talk about Portugal under the Habsburgs. Such complex considerations. There was so many things going on at the same time, but where role-playing is concerned, that just means that you have plenty of adventure seats, plenty of problems to take on and potentially solve. This is a tabletop role-playing game. You can affect the history that has already been written. Thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the super thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. And remember, roleplay solves everything. Once again, thank you and see you later.